Hi guys, we're still on book 3, It's a Dog's Life, and we are on chapter 8, The Big Showdown. If there's anything I can't stand, it's an insolent cat. This one was insolent. I could see it on her face, that snotty, self-righteous, self-satisfying smirk that just drives me nuts. I marched up to the fence. She was sprawled out on top of the board, maybe 5 feet above the ground. I understand you made some smart remark about the mother of these children. Maybe I should point out a couple of things to you. Number 1, their mother is a wonderful woman. Number 2, she's very sick. And number 3, she happens to be my sister. Number 4, I don't like cats. And number 5, if you don't take back what you said, you could be in very serious trouble. She yawned. Wait just a minute. Would you? And she leaned over to the other side of the fence and called someone. 3 homely little kittens crawled up beside her. I want the kittens to hear this. Children, these are dogs. Remember our little talk about dogs? The ugly one is a full-grown one, and the others are called pups. I want you to pay close attention. And she turned back to me. Would you repeat what you just said, all that number 1, number 2 stuff? You bet. Your little urchins might learn something. I repeated it. And number 5, if you don't take back your smart remark, you could be in very serious trouble. The cat turned to her children. I said their mama wears combat boots. The kittens laughed and squealed. And the Big Yuck didn't like it. They laughed some more. And Big Yuck wants me to make something of it. Oh, they thought that was hilarious. You got that right, sister. I'll try to keep control of my temper. But if you keep talking trash like that, I can't be held responsible for my actions. The old bag turned to her kids. Now, children, remember what I said about dogs and how they're not very smart? Here is a perfect example. As long as we're on the fence, he's on the ground, we can do and say anything we wish. I turned to my bunch. Kids, we might as well add this to your education, so study your lessons and pay attention. Here we have a dumb cat teaching her kittens how to be dumb. The old lady thinks she's safe up there on that fence, which means she's never really safe in front of a cow dog, and she's never dealt with one before. You see the shape of his head, the mother cat went on. You'll notice how crude it is. That's the mark of the breed. It's common knowledge, I went on, that tearing down entire fences, even stout ones, is just part of a day's work for a cow dog. I mean, reducing a fence like this one to a pile of splinters is nothing special to your Uncle Hank. And you'll notice, the cat said, how dogs like to brag and boast. You'll notice, kids, that you very seldom get anywhere talking to a cat. You've got a smart alecky streak that begins at the base of their skull and runs all the way to the end of their tail. And now, children, we'll have an exercise in dog pesteration. And now, kids, we'll give Big Mama one last chance to repent. I turned to the old lady. You want to take back what you said about my sister and the mother of these lovely children? Kids sang along. I want you to sing along with me to the tune of America the Beautiful. Ready, 2, 3. Your mama wears old toe sack drawers and holds them up with some twine. She has a ringworm on her nose and picks it all of the time. Your mama's combat boots smell really bad. Yes, they do. So do her dirty socks, which goes to show what all cats know. And all dogs are just big old pox. When they finished the song, all 4 cats looked down at us and grinned. And I might point out that they had terrible voices. Uncle Hank, said Barbara, they're making fun of our mama, and I don't like it. I know, hun. I heard the whole thing. Little Roscoe came up, and he looked mad. What are we going to do, Uncle Hank? We can't let him get away with that. You're right, son. All right, pups, let's have a meeting of the War Council. We huddled up and made some medicine. I asked which of the kids could sing. It turned out that April and Barbara were terrific voices, and the boys were tolerably good. We came up with a plan of action and turned back to the cats. They were still grinning. All right, pups, let them have it. We bombarded the cats with the song of our own to the tune of My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. I stationed April and Barbara on the front line. When God made a cat, he was desperate for something to make himself laugh. He gave it the brain of a monkey, but dropped it and broke it in half. Cats are stupid. They don't have the sense of a snooker ball. That's why monkeys deny any kinship at all. Nice work, pups, I said. Let's do that chorus again, but this time with harmony and passion. Lead off, April. Sock it to 'em, Barbara. We gave them cats another dose of the chorus, and it was just by George wonderful. When we finished, the cats weren't laughing or grinning anymore. Big Mama had a sour look on her face. That was the worst singing I've ever heard, she yowled. Kittens, that was a typical performance from a group of low-class, poorly bred garbage dogs. Garbage dogs? Now, wait just a minute. The dog with the cat's garbage thinks, the dog, that cat that eats garbage thinks garbage. That's one of the laws of science. You're fixing to learn some other laws of science if you don't watch your mouth, woman. They're crude, rude, uncouth, and socially unacceptable. And about half dangerous, you forgot that one. And since they have no talent, no poetic gifts, no subtlety, no reasoning faculties, they are all they can do is bark. Oh, yeah? Yes. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Well, I got news for you, old lady. There's more talent in these little cowpup dogs than in a whole trainload of cats. Very well, she said. We'll just see about that. She turned to her urchins. All right, kittens, on the count of 3, we shall hiss. 1, 2, 3. They humped up their backs and started hissing. And here is the picture. Okay, that does it, pups. This is war. Diplomacy is wasted on a bunch of alley cats. Form a line and stand by for growling. The kids got in position and waited for the command. Ready on the left, ready on the right, aim and growl. We let them have it. Some of the best growling I've ever heard. The kids did a terrific job, and I was so proud of them. Old Mama Cat didn't like that even a little bit. All right, kittens, you've heard the enemy. As you can see, big, dumb, and loud. On the count of 3, we'll answer with yowling and second-degree hissing. 1, 2, 3. They humped up, yowled, and hissed, and pups, I called out. Stand by to bark. By George, it is war they want. It's war they're going to get. And remember the cowdog motto, do unto others, but don't take trash off cats. Ready on the left, ready on the right, aim and bark. Boy, you never heard such barking. Them kids ruptured the air, whatever. Just set up a thunderous barrage of barking. It was a nice piece of work. Old Lady Cat was getting madder and madder. Very well, kittens, we shall have to give them the maximum load. On the count of 3, give them yowling, third-degree hissing, and spitting. 1, 2, 3. All four of the little dunces leaned over the fence and let her rip. Ordinarily, I can control myself in the face of yowling and hissing, even third-degree hissing. But hey, that spitting, no, sir. No cat spits at Hank the cow dog and lives to spit another day. All right, pups, they've pushed us to the limit. This is all-out war. Prepare to attack the fence and don't bother to take prisoners. Ready on the left, ready on the right, take aim, attack, charge, bonsai. Barking on the top of our lungs, we launched the first wave against the fence with the cats hissing and spitting at us from the top. Oh, it was a battle to remember. The fence was made of solid wood, don't you see? And I had calculated that it would take 2 or 3 waves of us to lay it flat on the ground. It was our rotten luck that several people in the neighborhood came out of their back doors to see what the noise was about. A big guy in a T-shirt came fogging out of the house that belonged to the fence we were in the process of destroying. "Joan, call the dog pound," he yelled. "We got us a pack of stray dogs back here. Hi-ya, get out of here, you dadgum barking fools." When I saw him coming and heard him mention the dog pound, I canceled the invasion and sounded the retreat. "To the house, pups. Run as fast as you can. Retreat." They peeled off and headed north down the alley as fast as their little legs would take them. I waited until the last pup had made his escape, and then I looked up at the cats. "We'll meet again, cat, and when we do, that fence won't be worth the paper it's printed on." Don't know why I said it that way. If you think about it, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, fences aren't exactly in the heat of the matter. A guy sometimes, never mind. The old hag had a big old grin on her face. Looked so smug and self-satisfied, I was tempted to risk capture and death just to clean her off that fence and teach her some manners. "I told you we could make you bark," she said. "Yeah, and don't you ever forget it." Just then the maniac in the T-shirt reached the back gate and filled the air with rocks and sticks. "Get out of here, you sorry flea-bitten mutt. Go back, leave my cats alone." So there you are. The entire incident had started when one of his precious cats had made a vicious, scandalous remark about my sister, the mother of my nieces and nephews. When will the human race ever learn that cats are 83% of the trouble in the world and 93% of the fights? And here's the picture. I mean, statistics don't lie. I pulled the statistics out of the hat, so to speak, and while they may not be 100% accurate, they don't lie. Yet the human race continues to rush on defense of, oh well, there's no use getting upset just because the world is all wrong and I happen to be 96% right all the time. I ran from the scene, and with my amazing speed, I reached the tunnel just as the last pup was crawling back into the yard. It was none too soon. At the end of the block, I saw a white pickup with a wire cage in the back. Painted on the door was a big police badge along with the words "City of Twitchell, Dog Catcher." And tomorrow we will read Chapter 9, The Mysterious Ivory Dog Bar. See ya.